Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev, and this is Starpoint Gemini Warlords, the DLC Cycle of Warfare, and tonight I'm going to introduce you to the Ashari, the alien race that banished humanity from the Gemini, or actually the Soul section, and basically drove them here to the Gemini galaxy universe, all the good stuff. So what you're looking at right here is, I think, yeah, this is the old battleship. It is only 40 million credits versus the Dreadnought version's 100 and something. We're gonna check that out. First things first, did want to welcome you all to Indie Contact number 57, my and your live streaming show that's been kind of a little, you know, things have been rough here, but hopefully things are going to smooth out now, and things will get better. Hopefully YouTube's going to stop screwing up what little monetization I get with their stupid bot. Man, oh, you guys have no idea how frustrating. Although from what I've been seeing, everybody's talking about it. So, you know, if you want to keep seeing your favorite YouTube creators continue on, I would suggest donating to their channels at this point, because YouTube's doing a pretty damn good job at just gutting all of the gaming channels with their stupid AI bot. So, hopefully that'll change. Not hold my breath though. But I love what I do, so I'm going to keep going anyways. Any and all support, at the very least, please like the video and share it as much as possible. I would appreciate it. So would the devs. So, now that we got all the promotional stuff out of the way, let us discuss our ship here. So, this is one of the two scenarios that you can do. We've got this one, and we've got pirates. And after, you know, playing around a little bit with both, this is the one I've really kind of tried to get far enough along so I could show you guys, because when you first start out, you start out in an itty-bitty little frigate, and you have just this, whoa, small little area right here, right? That's how you start out. Now, in this scenario, we are a fire and brimstone kind of thing, so we are killing everything. There are no stations you can dock at. There is no planets. Everybody hates you, right? So that's the way you start, and it's still, let's jump on in here, and that's our core. So you start, like I said, with, oh, where is it? Maybe it's a destroyer. I think it's a frigate or the destroyer. But you can see, no, actually, yeah, it's this one, because I remember how crappy it was. Yeah, see, so it was 120 for the battery energy, power refills 10, battery cooldown 2, turrets 1, versus what we have, which is the battleship, and 360 energy, power refill 11, battery cooldown 4, and turrets 4, which makes a really big difference. But let's see, this is what the Dreadnought version looks like, and I would like to eventually get up there, but that's 130,000, and I haven't even got my ship fully upgraded yet. Because again, it's different than Starpoint Gemini Warlords. It's more along the lines of Starpoint Gemini 2, which is you basically just go out and kill a bunch of stuff, but you can go a lot of stations, but it's kind of more like that. It's a more focused but fun gameplay. And then of course you've got our carrier here, 140,000, and it's the only one that has a hangar. The Dreadnought does not. So that is the various ships, and then of course this is what we're rocking. with some very ugly decorations I put on it. And let's take a look at the equipment. So this is where things also get a little bit differently. Everything's kind of designed around making as much money as possible no matter what you do. So if you're in combat and you blow ships up, you can use the scavenger swarms to hit the derelicts, and if you do that, you get more money. Or you can just blow them up and you still get money. So as you're going, it's all about, you know, making money, making money, making money. I think they probably need to raise how much you make a little bit, but that's my opinion. So we've got our repair drones here. And one benefit is also to offset what it costs to do things and make things. And I'm sure some of it is they gauge the money so that you don't get your ship up too quick. You know, longer playing experience, all that kind of good stuff. But when it comes to the equipment, it's stuff you get to fire off because you don't have any abilities in this one. In this game, they're cheap compared to what you would pay for the comparable versions in Warlords. Yeah, they're real cheap. So we've got a shield booster, Star Killer Mine, Star Killer Torpedo, and the Seth. Now the Seth for me hasn't been working so well, but the Star Killer Mine, if used correctly, can be, and the Star Killer Torpedo is pretty cool. And of course I always keep some backup drones. So now you're asking, okay, so what can you do? Well, we can build ships, right? And they unlock as you get the money, so you can pick and build whatever you want. Research wise, we get all of the heavy weapons and then all of the shields and your engine system, shields, grappler, transporter, and hangar. Although don't really see the point if you gotta wait till you get up to the carrier. So basically, those of you who don't have any of the light weapons at all, you can't do anything for them. Would have been nice if they at least would have put the beam weapon over here, since everything we're using is going to be beams. And I can tell you, okay, so they put this in, and it's kind of funny. As you make money and you have more and more money, these unlock so that you can do this. You can see I don't have any cash because I went and I spent all of it so I could get enough stuff so I could show you guys some of the cool things that are going to be rocking and rolling. And then we go to systems. So everything is the light weapon, beam weapons, right? And we get all the way down to, here we go, the Deslorori, 95 million, DPS 675. That's a beast. And let's see, I think I have one of these on the front of my ship, because again, my ship's not fully upgraded. Ideally, I would want all 4 of those on it, and then in a dreadnought, and I would smoke everything. So we're, you know, we're fighting up a little bit up against a hill, but that is those. And then of course we have all of the regular heavy weapons that you can use, and then we've got our fighters for when you get up to the carrier. What's that, 7 grand? Ooh, ouch. All right, Drawdock. So here, I'll give you guys a rundown of my what I currently got running here. We have the road. That was that one I was just talking about. It was what, 625, but with the enhancement, and I'm rolling the Artemis 3 enhancement, light weapon damage plus 50%. So this is a good one because they also rebalanced these, the enhancements, a little bit here and there for the Ashari. But battery energy recharge 20%, shield damage 15%, so we got that one there. And then the Ramley 350, 425 for DPS, and then on the back end 2 out of 7. Yeah, I don't think I quite have enough to swap that out, do I? Nope, I don't. That's why I didn't. Excuse me. So that is the basic ship that I'm rocking and rolling. And of course, this is what it looks like in the designing area. I did not do a whole lot, just enough basically, as I said, and I think in my video last night, I always have a problem with the direction of the ship. Makes things a little rough. Alrighty, so what's the fastest way to make money? The jobs board. And basically the ones that I was going after, and it's kind of falls along, you know, until you can get a little bit stronger of a ship, because the amount of ships that you can take over, it's still about wherever you are ship-wise. Although now that's starting to change as I push my level into 30s. But all through the 20s, it's been... I can take, like if I'm flying my battleship, I can take on battleships and always win. I might win with a dreadnought, maybe. Excuse me. Carrier, I would never win. Now that I pushed up into 30, I actually caught a carrier. And I've caught 2 dreads, which is really nice because that's a lot of money. And it helps to build your fleet. Because you can still build you actually need to build a fleet in this. So, once you get to the point where you can easily start conquering things, right, and they're not too far out of your range, start looking at veteran hunts. And I thought we'd go run one of these first. Let's see. We'll do that one.
Calibrating T-drive.
There it is. All right. And as you can see, I've got a group around me here. And now we will pull out so we can actually see what's going on when we get into the combat there. But, oh, that was a quick jump. That's what the dreadnoughts look like versus a battleship. And that should be a cruiser. So, as you can see, 3 different major classes.
Affirmative.
3 different types of ships. And you'll notice that the side missions here, they're not new. It's the same kind as... Whoops.
Initiating target scan.
As what you find in Warlords. But then this is just about making easy cash.
Defense shield initiated.
So it's not about... Oh, hello. Oh, it's a carrier. There we go. Get everybody on this one. And this thing, we're actually not all that worried about actually killing it right away, because if you played the main game, you know, as you get to a certain point, it'll start dropping some of these other little ships. So we got a couple of destroyers, gunship. All right, so here's a good time to fire off our little weapon here, the Star Killer Mine. And while you're sitting here, anytime you get something close enough to you that's a derelict, you fire off your scavenger swarm. Another one. If you keep your eye on the left side of the screen, you'll see that we will be getting... we might get him quick enough here. Oh, there it is, Derelict Savage. See that? 100 grand.
Destroyed.
Woohoo! Oh, awesome. All right. Now, this is why you always want to do your scavenger swarms no matter what. Even if you're in a smaller ship and it takes you a while to take something down, watch what we get for the carrier. It's nice. I don't even know what happened to that. The little ship. I was waiting for something a little bigger to come floating in to try and capture it. There we go. So for a carrier, you get 1.5 million credits, and that's just to salvage it. If we would have captured it, and you can't when the War Masters, they're all shielded, but if we would have been able to capture a carrier, and we'll try later, you're looking at, you know, 15 to 16,000. It's basically enough, or million, sorry. It's basically enough to then go back to our mothership here. And you can turn around and probably, you know, real close. If anything, I'd say dreadnoughts are probably the best. Personally, I've found that dreadnoughts work the best for me as I hammer through things. And before this DLC started, I had 450 hours just in Warlords. So I don't know. Take my advice. Don't take my advice. It's up to you. Anyways, so we can do the dreadnoughts there, but we've got to get that far. So you can see right now we're only at 21,000, but what are we rocking? Our fleet's got 7 dreadnoughts, 1 battleship, and 3 cruisers. And while we're heading back here, I can show you guys the personal logs. So, how do you know what to do, where to go, what kind of fun to have? And boy, that sounds like that music is getting really loud. Let's turn it down a little bit. There we go. Oop, back to the personal log. Whoa, crap. There we go. So you go to side quests, and of course I've been working to try and, when you first start out, it says kill 15 ships. Then it moves and it unlocks all 3 of these, which is take out 10 outposts, 10 stations, and 1 planet. When you do that, it then moves on to military hunt, which was 75. Then it went on to 350, and then we've got a War Master hunt, which is basically the veterans we're hunting, and Nemesis. Now, Nemesis are these guys, which are the bounties, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if you're a bounty hunter and you go hunt them down, I guess they're bounties. They're guys you go after. And of course, if you have the DLC for Deadly Dozen, then you will have all of those individuals to go after. Even this ugly SOB, go after him, take him out. Drake the Rev Reaver. Only 4.4 million you get for him, but he deserves it. Hunt him down, take him out, please. Okay, so personal log. So, anyways, we've got our. So now we're to take out 30 of the outposts, 35 of the War Masters, purge 13 planets to unlock next quest. Now, at the point we do 13 planets, I'm kind of confused because I would think like that. Isn't that like the whole? Isn't that all the planets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, pretty much. 1, 2, 5. Oh, it's like all but 1 planet. Or all but 1 or 2 planets. Oh well. Anyways. So let's see. We are capturing ships. This is not. This takes a long time. You see, I've captured 52 ships, and then it gives you go after destroyers and carriers. I don't care. You know, I just go after capture ship. Whatever the highest value ship is that I can get my hands on, that's what I'm gonna go after every time. So, but those are all the various quests that you get to complete as you are trying to eradicate everything. Now, I made a point of just going around, knocking things around, so I can show you guys what it's like to take on a few of these different things here. Let's see. And if you are curious, no, you do not have to do anything with the minerals. There's no mining. There's none of that stuff, really. It's all more about just scorched earth. So, what is this group here? 2 dreads, huh? All right. Now, the only thing I want to make sure I do once we get inside here, and the thing is, and you guys will see me use them a lot, is fill my heavy weapons ammo. I don't think I can get anything for 2 million. Yeah, I need 7. Or I need 30 or 130. So much. Anyways, so
T-jump protocol engaged.
see if we can jump in front of that little group there. See if we can get our next dreadnought.
All hands be advised.
Currently, that's what I figure. I
We've
get
entered a hostile
all the
region.
dreadnoughts I want, which will be 10 dreads. Oh, good. We did jump right in front of them. So, yeah, all dreads, and then when I've got that powerful of backup, I figure we can do the... Come on, where are the dreadnoughts? Where are the dreads? What is that? That's a cruiser. No. There are the dreadnoughts, right? There we go. So let's roll the dice and see what we get.
God, we're going down.
Oh, we might be able to get it.
Target destroyed.
This is a great spot to use the old Star Killer Mind. And it does not hurt you, so you can just fire it off and stay in place, or you can fire it off, try and get out of there. It's up to you. But again, as you're out here, just, whoop,
I've made my peace.
make sure any other derelicts, if you can, to try and get close to them.
I guess that's it.
So, as long as you keep yourself busy here, trying to catch everything you can, you should be okay to... Ooh, 58%, huh? Alright, mister. Let's see what we get. Okay, you're dead. Might take me a bit, but I'm gonna kill you, Mr. Dreadnought. See, we're slowly melting his shields. And you can see that I'm firing off a whole bunch of my heavy weapons ammo, which is what you can do now if you keep hitting the button. And from close inspection, I think it shoots...
Getting a bit heavy.
What it does is it first shoots whatever your base weapon is, which you have in that spot, and then all the other ones are the other sides, the other 3 sides firing off. So you can fire, I think, maybe, what, 12 rounds? Yeah. So... Oh, you're dead, dude.
Front shield is at 50%.
Yeah, I'm not worried about my shields.
Target eliminated.
Now he's another one. Oh, it didn't go to the husk. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Although it does look like we've got some derelicts floating around here. Now we just have to figure out where they are. It's always the hard part. And a sea of blackness trying to find... because they should be within our vision right here, I would think. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. Right, moving directly away. They should show up. Unless I'm reading my radar wrong. Which very well could be, yeah. But if you are not interested
Initiating T-drive sequence.
in playing the Ashari, I figured tomorrow night we're gonna, of course, have indie contact again, and what we're
Full
gonna
stop.
do.
Collision imminent.
Oh dang it! I was hoping I wouldn't hit that stupid planet.
Affirmative. Engage sublight.
There we go. But tomorrow night we're going to start from a planet and go from there, and I can give you guys a rundown of what things are
All
like
hands be advised.
and
We've
how
entered a
to
hostile region.
run things. But I thought first things first, we do the Ashari. Now the pirates. Well, the pirates basically, your goal is to liberate all stations to an extent. It does specifically say what kind. The independent stations, if I remember correctly, and you don't have any kind of oh. That's right, okay. So the easiest way to take this on is, of course, to just start at one side and start shooting everything. Everything will come after you quickly enough, but we want to make sure we get these wiped out so that we can then fire off our big weapon. Alright. Come on, moving up quick here. Whoa, turn around. Just always my freaking problem. I always go too quickly. Or I get confused where the front of my ship is. As always, if you guys have got any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. We do have a few of these things to take out. But it shouldn't take too long. And that little group of ships that want to fight us, well, they're kind of slowly doing their thing. Kind of. It's like everybody's going to be polite and they're going to wait for us to clear these things first, which happens sometimes. Some of it is if you use the T-gate drives to jump in an area like this, it takes a bit for the game to catch up to what you're doing. So it'll load assets, but I think the AI might be one of the last things that gets added. So, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how that all works. Go get our big lasers back powered up. See, nothing's even shooting at me, which is cool. This means I can do that much quicker of a job to show you guys what it's like to blow up one of the planets. We're getting there. We almost got them all. Now I was able to successfully do this once with, I think, 2 fewer dreads, no cruisers. So I think we should be okay. We'll go wipe out these other little groups once we get this done here. And if any of the other platforms get in our way, we'll just remove them. Okay. Everybody should start fighting us here.
Sublight.
Point. I think we engage the AI. I think should. Yep, there we go. There we go. Now
You
everything's
caught my
working.
attention. Now there's no escape.
Really? Okay. I would not suggest to try too hard to capture anything at this point. Whoop. Oh, we got a few sucked in. There's our platforms. Go on get the rest of the ships, and I think we almost killed them all already. Looks like.
Enemy down.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Let's see how close. What kind of range do these things have?
Engaging sublight.
See what I'm saying? It looks like it's shooting me from way too far where it shouldn't be able to. But that's the fastest way to pick up these weird little outlier platforms, is just to hit your B button if you are playing on PC. But I think we're good. I really don't have the patience to. And I lost the scan area. Where is it? Ah, there it is. And there we go.
Initiating target scan.
And you shall see what we bring forth. It's not Proxima. Aw, destroy the... Really? You're gonna make me do this? Oh, wow. It's all good. It's not like it'll take us that long to accomplish our little goal here. Let's go and look at our next one. We're going to line up and shoot this guy right down there.
Affirmative. Engage sublight.
Alright. But, because I will be, of course, letting this go up for the replay, let me know down in the comments or in the chat here if you guys would like to see the pirates. And maybe have, you know, spend a little time with the pirates, build a force, see what kind of trouble we can get into. I don't think you can take over any planets, because you're not going to have Proxima. So it might make things a little challenging.
Sublight.
But if you just want to be a bad guy and run around and, you know, wreak havoc, well, that could definitely be a thing. I don't know, one more of those damn things left. And if you think I'm too long-winded and you still want to know about this, I am working on a video that's going to be just short, sweet, to the point, everything I'm talking about tonight, but there we go. but without all of the needless talking. Now with this one, make sure you are right on top of it, because it's going to immediately, as soon as you bring it in, it's going to bring ships in to fight ship. Alright. Yeah. We'll have to see. We brought her in. Now see, they're being difficult. We've got a group here on one side of it, and so what you get to do is jump back and forth on both sides. That side's this guy's closer. Of course, you gotta get right to them.
Entering coordinates for murky waters.
I got you in my sights.
And it does have some small defense, not much.
Engaging sublight.
Yes. I've been waiting for you.
But it's always, there's more and more and more to come. You're going to want to save firing off some of the your mines, because it is on a cooldown, so you can only do so much at one time. Oh, okay, here we go. A group.
The gallows call to us. Set the course.
Again, you don't want to get
Target
away
destroyed.
from your mothership.
Scatter my ashes across the sun. We won't submit.
You don't have to. You just have to die. And again, let them come to you. It also burns more time since our mothership is charging.
Destination Penance. Our fight has reached its end. We'll go out with a crash.
We've destroyed an enemy target.
And one thing you're going to notice is that you're not going to see a whole bunch of your credits going to killing ships and all of that. That's on our side missions that I showed you guys earlier. You're not going to see that because
All crew abandon ship.
I think that's just a separate thing, and when you are in a small...
Can't take much more.
in such a small instance like this one, I think it's completely in and of itself. But as long as these guys aren't firing at my ship and they're firing at my ships, I'm good. Because we got this ugly SOB coming. There. And we're about halfway on the old charge. Those guys look like they're good, so that means I can take care of whatever comes this way, this stuff here.
Target eliminated.
And since these guys will be probably shooting at my ship before long, we'll fire off one of our big weapons here, see if it does a lot of good or not. Should.
Abandon ship! Abandon ship!
So you're gonna want to save that for when it gets nasty, and it's gonna get nasty real soon here. We're probably about a minute out.
So long, and thanks for all the ships.
Core breached! Abandoned post! The core's sense.
We're still doing okay.
So long, and thanks for all the ships. Prepare for abandoning ships.
Initiating sublight.
I wonder if you could just go right through that center part. I hadn't tried it before.
Only the cold tempers the soul.
Alrighty, here we go. Now we're starting to run into some issues.
Orders issued. Fly to Phoenicia.
Target is down.
So long, and
But
thanks
if
for all
you
the
keep paying
ships.
attention, hopefully you'll be able to kill everything.
We're in no shape to continue.
These things are going to get real hairy now.
The end is nigh. We can stabilize this! Severe damage on all
Ooh,
levels.
now we've got multiple groups. This way was a little rough.
We'll go out with a crash.
What is cool, it does look like my fleet is spread out just perfectly. Almost like, you know, there's some on one side, some on the other. So, as these guys start coming in.
How can this be?
Of course, try to kill whatever we can.
We all shall burn.
Ooh, see, now we're getting stuff like dreadnoughts. This is where we start. Things start to get rough. See, this is what we don't want. Hey, fleet, why don't everybody shoot this stupid dreadnought? There we go. Let's send them to hell.
Enemy down.
Guarantee anything that you could see from orbit that would hit that hard, oh yeah, that planet's dead. That would create a nuclear winter, all kinds of stuff. Got a level out of it and everything. Sweet. So as you can see, we grayed out in another area, but like I said, with that, you're really not going to make, you know, money. To make money, you need to do some other things. What's this? Oh, that's too small. I'd like to jump on a group that I can get something out of. Carrier, cruiser. What about over here? Closer one. What here? Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe we'll see about grabbing those guys.
T-jump protocol engaged.
That's basically what the whole point and everything we're going to be doing is simply stupid planets.
Full stop.
In the way.
Collision imminent.
Yeah.
Engaging sublight.
It's okay, it shouldn't take us long to get just far enough out. And then pop here again.
Jump sequence countdown initiated.
Yeah, we should be good. Alright. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. Now, tomorrow night,
Hostile region entered.
if you've gone this deep into the stream, you're going to know that, you know what? There's going to be some free games given out. I've got a few codes of the, if you're on PC that is, I do have a few codes for the base game, and I have some codes for this DLC, so make sure you follow me on Facebook, TheRevPlays, follow me on Twitter, TheRevPlays with a Z, because I can't get the asshole that has an S, that's some idiot that doesn't really use his, you know, he can never win sometimes.
Target is down.
Okay, now,
Engaging
whether or
hostile.
not, some dreadnoughts with this group, ooh, got some easy money. Right. Cruiser, that goes a dreadnought in. Frigate, Neptune. Oh, well, so much for that. Anyways. It's all good. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can take it over this time. Because one dreadnought captured means one dreadnought on my fleet. So, depending on how well my boys do here, and while you're sitting here, fire off the old scavenger swarms. You do make a crap, you know, not a huge amount, but every little bit helps when that is what everything is based off of. Oh. Alright, how we get here? Not the best, not the worst. You can see derelict salvage is just ripping and roaring for us. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna be right around, yeah. Same thing, 54% as last time. So, hey, alright. Now last time we didn't get it. This time, what do we get? Ooh, 13 million. Oh yeah. Nice. So at this point, you got to decide. Well, do I want to put it towards a new ship, or do we want to put it towards another dreadnought? I'm leaning towards probably a new ship. It's 130,000. 130 million. That's a lot. But what can you do? And if you're showing up to the stream late, or it just ends, or any other things, I of course have it set so it will repeat. In other words, it will show up on the YouTubes as a rendered video once they render it for me, because that's so much nicer than me having to do it. Or if I'm still streaming and you just got here, you can take your player and push that little dot all the way back to the beginning, and it should take you to the beginning of the stream, because there I explain everything that we're doing, all the good stuff, and what it is to be the Ashari. But for those of you that are showing up a little bit later in the stream here, we'll see. 18 million. What we'll do is we'll head back
All
home.
hands prepare for T-Drive.
And it'll give everybody a quick once over of the old mothership. Now, when you're taking over a planet, no, you can't dock with your mothership. No, you can't do anything but protect it because it's going to kill the planet. Trying to think of some questions I think you can. Yeah, it talks to you in some weird language, which is always fun. I have no idea if they used a real language or if they just did gobbledygook and ran their someone's voice through a bunch of filters. I have no idea. We'll go inside. You can see my ugly little battleship. Just like my battleship. And the one thing you're going to be using a lot of is your heavy weapons. But I'll give you a quick rundown here. Instead of the Syntha 3, I'm using the Artemis 3 because light weapon damage is 50%, battery energy recharge 20%, shield damage 15%. So that is on my laser, and that's all you get for your light weapons. If the Ashari is lasers, you of course have the same heavy weapon options as you do as the base game. Most of the same, although some of them, like the one you just saw there, they're tweaked just a little bit for the Ashari. And of course you've got all these same here. Shipbuilding, as you get more, and as I was saying earlier, as you get more and more money, more and more stuff becomes unlocked. So you can buy, you know, I could put a carrier into our queue if I wanted, another dreadnought, but like I said, I think I'm gonna start trying to work towards making some money. And then we've got research, and of course, like I was saying before, you've got your heavy weapons and then your subsystems. Chassis, these unlock as you see. Now if you go back early in the stream, you'll see that they were when we first started we had no money and they were all locked up. Now they're open. So then we've got the personal long side missions. This is where all of the goodness starts. You start out with this basic right here, and it's destroy 15 ships, and then you get a bunch more quests. And it does things, it gives you little bits and pieces. I haven't gotten any light weapons or heavy weapons, but I've gotten a whole bunch of various types of equipment. So, but as we complete these various ones here, I've already killed 10 outposts. It will give you a new, let's see, there we go. So we've got to do 20 more, and then something will happen. There's 30 outposts to finish the quest. So, and then of course Nemesis are basically all the bounty hunting that we did in Warlords. And you can fight everybody from that. If you have the Deadly Dozen, of course, you can then go and you can attack me. Do it. Post it. Let me know about it. Have you shot me down? I'd like to know. I get a kick out of it personally. Anyways, folks, so there we go. That is your Ashari. Now, currently, they are not, they are in the base game, but they're a random encounter. They are not something that you get to run into and fight constantly. They are not an alien species that's, you know, like takes over a planet and kind of does whatever. What would be really cool is that the devs set up the Ashari DLC and had them actually, you know, attacking and, you know, maybe build a war, have them, you know, start it where they've got like 3 planets or something and everything else is fractured except for Concordia, and you go. Or, you know, all kinds of different scenarios. I think that would be really cool if the devs do that, but this is also the 3rd DLC, so already from this, and the replayability is just massive. This is only a small part of it. Of course, like I said, there's the pirates, and then if you tune in tomorrow night, we're going to be taking a look at the conquest modes. Now, I am making a special video that'll have everything boiled down, but if you like to listen to me ramble on and ask questions tomorrow night between 6 and 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, depending on what my family does, Hopefully, I'm going to be able to stick to Mondays and Tuesdays because it seems to be the most easiest and stable nights here. Anyways, between 6 and 7 Pacific Standard Time, I will be lighting the game up again, and we're going to be doing Conquest mode, and we're going to pick a corner. And if there's a specific one you'd like to see, we have the Ionian pack, of course Concordia, and we won't do that one. We won't do that because that's a space station. I want to go out of one with the 3 others. We've got the Outlands, Ionia, and Corkia. That's how you pronounce it. I don't know, it's always funny when you see words like this in an indie game and you're not sure how to pronounce it because you've never seen the word before, so you kind of look at other streams and see how other people pronounce it and maybe guess. I don't know. Anyways, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. If you guys want to see the Conquest mode, are there any parts of the new DLC you'd like to see? Do you want to see the pirates? As always, let me know, because hey, you know, what's the point in making content if I make it just for myself? You know what I'm saying? It's about you guys, making stuff for you. I love tearing games apart. I love digging into them. So so if I have helped you in any games that you play by chance, or provided entertainment, at the very least, please slam that like button and share the video, so hopefully someone else will like it and share it, and we'll just keep building and building and building here. If it wasn't for the adpocalypse and then now YouTube and their incredibly crap algorithm, I wouldn't even say anything, because I've got enough views. If things were like this a year ago, I wouldn't even be working a stupid part-time job, to give you an idea on how bad YouTube is screwing this platform up, because everybody's going to Twitch, and I'm not a big Twitch guy. I've done it. It's okay. I don't know if things, you know, if I can stay consistent here and things don't get, you know, views and other such things don't go, then I'll move over to Twitch too. I mean, YouTube is cutting its own throats. So, as always, folks, please like, favorite, and subscribe. Keep your heads down, yo lasers up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.